We actually came in the same year. I served with them and worked through a lot of different things. He's not the one I would have thought to pick. If I was a Democrat strategist, he's probably one of the last I would pick. Because think about it. Kamala Harris never went through a primary. She never would be the nominee if he went through a primary. She never got to Iowa.
You mean back in 2020, she dropped out of the race very early on.
But even this race, she would not have been elected if the Democrats had an open primary. But she's from San Francisco, not just California, but San Francisco. She was rated the furthest to the left. This is beyond Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders. And then when you couple this with Minnesota, remember, Ronald Reagan won 49 states. There was one state he didn't win, Minnesota, right? You're going far left and you're doubling down in that. And when it really comes down to, it's Pennsylvania and Georgia determines this entire election. To pass over Shapiro shows me a lot of different things. I look at what it takes, goes into this selection. What it told me was Vice President Harris is not ready to make a tough decision. She won't stand up to her own party. She was afraid of her party, so she wouldn't pick Shapiro. If she picked Shapiro, she would have gained some respect from me.
What was the quote problem? It's a bad word, but for Shapiro, why do you think she didn't pick him?
She's afraid of the Gaza movement in her party because his stance for Israel is where the majority of Americans are. Because he happens to be Jewish, she thought it would cause her problems in Michigan. So she took the road out where I'm going to pick somebody nobody knows. Ilhan Omar loves him, so I won't have a problem with the far socialist wing of the party. And he's not going to overshadow me, so I'm going there.
You know, but I don't think, this is not a criticism of him, it's a criticism of me. I actually didn't know who the governor of Minnesota was. In all fairness, and I grew up in Wisconsin.
You thought Jesse Ventura still.
Well, no, but and that's my ignorance, that's not him, in a sense that, and I look at him up on stage and I think to myself, there are probably a lot of Americans who are thinking the same way I do, as, who's the gentleman standing next to her?
But to be fair, let's sit back. He hasn't been governor just for 2 years. He's been 6 years. He's been reelected.
But he won a resounding reelection by about 14 or 10
We've
or 14
watched how
points.
far this party has moved, this state has moved. This is where the riots were. This is where they started the defund movement. This is where Kamala Harris joined in to bail them out. I mean, this is taking the furthest left of a party and putting it on the top two. The old saying always is, if you're running in a primary, you either run to the left or the right. When you get into the general, you move back towards the middle. She did the complete opposite in this case.
Well, I'll tell you what I think is going to haunt her. There's a soundbite that everyone in the media has been rolling around about wokeness, and it's spreading like actually wildfire throughout the media. It's of then Senator Kamala Harris back in 2017. She was speaking at a conference called RECODE's Annual Code Conference. Here it is.
We have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke.
I don't know how, I don't think a lot of Americans want to be woke. I think they've seen it, that it divides us in a lot of ways.
America does not want this wokeism. Yellowstone wouldn't be the #1 show on television if America wanted yoke. And if you look at the two people interviewing, they just stay totally quiet. Lorraine Jobs, I don't know who the other one. They look at her like...
Kara Swisher, who is very far left.
Yeah, and they're like, I think you're too far for me. And it was an awkward moment with her there, but that's truly where she is.
How does she back away from that? How does she get away? There are a lot of things. She owns the Biden administration's record. I heard today someone on TV saying, well, the Biden administration successfully got us, brought military back. And I thought, okay, well, when are you going to talk about the 13 who got killed in Afghanistan? No word on that. They, for better or for worse, she owns the Biden administration's record. And she owns her own record.
Okay, this is what America needs to do, because this is wrong. We're about to make a decision on who is going to be the leader of the free world for the next 4 years. And she has yet to go out and do an interview, to take a question.
Well, I don't blame that. I assume she's going to do that after the, I wouldn't have done it until after the convention as well. And then he hit the pavement.
Well, come on, that's not right. You've been a U.S. Senator, you are the Vice President, and the nominee just said no, and you're becoming the nominee. Right. So she just got nominated and selected as the nominee from this party with nobody out in America voting for her, without asking or talking to any of the press prior to the delegates making that selection. It was anointed. Well, and I think that's a real challenge when you're 92 days out.